Hello dancers, TA Jasmine here. Today I'm going to show you how I do my stage makeup. Today we will be doing a neutral look, but always communicate with your choreographer or director to see exactly what they want for the performance. Let's get started. I always start by moisturizing and priming my face. So we're going to spray with some rose water. And then we're going to put some moisturizer on. And then we want to prime our face with whatever primer you normally use is fine, but I'm going to be using Smashbox Photo Finish today. And I usually just prime my T-zone. Everybody does their stage makeup a little bit differently. Personally, I like to keep the concealer and foundation light just because I know I'm going to be sweating on stage, so I don't cake on the makeup. So next we're going to go with our concealer. I'm just going to, oh, this is kind of hard to do. Let me grab a mirror. We're going to put the concealer just on any blemishes that I have. I have a couple. And then I'm also going to put under the eye and a little bit on top of the eye as a primer for our eyeshadow. Oh, and you know what? Before I forget, because I totally skipped a step, when I moisturize my face, I also moisturize my lips. And that's just for when we do our lipstick later. I look like a crazy person. So then you're going to take a beauty blender, or I use the little silicone sponge to kind of just blend in the concealer how you normally would in your everyday makeup routine. I have a little bit on my forehead, a little bit on my chin. Okay, so after you've done your concealer, you're going to do foundation. I do recommend using a matte foundation just because when you're on stage, you're going to be sweating and you want to not look shiny. So if you use a matte foundation, it'll help keep you looking matte on stage. And then we're just gonna do that. I use the, what is this? The Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Matte Foundation. And I'm just gonna put this all over. And like I said before, I don't cake it on, so I just do enough to even out my skin tone and make my skin look clear. Don't forget to go down a little bit on the neck too. And I might actually use just a little bit more. Now this foundation is actually maybe a shade too dark for me because I haven't been outside, and this was when I was a little more tan, but that's fine if your foundation is a little bit too dark for you, because when you're on stage, usually the lights wash out the color in your face. So you actually want to bring color into your face, which you can do with a slightly darker foundation, or later you could do it with bronzer, but just make sure you don't wear a shade that's too light, because when the light hits it, it's going to make you look bright and like a ghost, and you're going to wash out even more, and you won't be able to see your face. You're just going to be really bright, and we don't want any flashback Marys here. So yeah, that's how I am going to keep it nice and light, and I just push it into the skin. Try not to swipe, always press. You don't want to pull out your skin, and if you swipe, you can also just kind of like mess up your foundation. So we're just gonna push, 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 push. There. Not terrible. But yeah, my neck is like way lighter than this foundation. But that's okay. So I just want to say, I do my makeup in a particular order that I do my makeup in. You don't have to do your makeup in this order. You can do your makeup however you normally do your makeup. If you do your eyeshadow before you do your foundation, that's fine too. I'm just showing you how I do mine. But so after I do my foundation, I actually don't finish my face. I go onto my eyes and then I finish my face. So that's just the order I do. So next we're gonna go onto the eyes, and I start with my eyebrows. I am just going to brush them really fast. Now, what I've been told is when you do your eyebrows normally, you never want to use black. Even though I have really dark hair, I have dark brown hair, I've been told by makeup artists to never use black. You always want to use like dark brown. But in the case of stage makeup, it is fine to use black because you want your, at least for my dark hair, I use black. But if you're blonde, I would recommend using dark brown. Don't use you don't want your eyebrows to be too light still. So we're trying to make our features nice and dark, and we're gonna be doing kind of dramatic makeup. So I'm gonna just take a black eye pencil, and I'm going to, and this is really not how I would normally do my eyebrows either. Normally I use just like a clear gel. I usually don't even put any color in them because I have such dark hair. But because on stage, you never know, I like to do my eyebrows nice and dark, because even my dark hair can get kind of washed away in the light. Darn that stage light. So you are gonna look kind of crazy, like when you're done with your stage makeup. It's definitely not like a going out look, just so you know. I'm trying to make them at least kind of even. So yeah, they're pretty dark. I would never wear my eyebrows outside like this, but when you're on stage far away and the light is on you, you just want them to be able to see you, like, you know, have expression. And then I am gonna use my normal, this is just my clear gel NYX Control Freak, so that they stay in place. Personally, I do like fluffy, big brows. This is like super extra. But there we go, some nice dark eyebrows. Okay. My leg is like falling asleep. Okay, so next, I need to get my coffee. Next, we're gonna do eyeshadow. And like I said before, we're just gonna do a really neutral look. You can always build on top of this with color. So let's say you're in a piece that has like a purple dress and your choreographer wants you to have like purple eyeshadow with your dress. You can always add purple onto this, but we're just gonna keep it neutral, something universal. So I am going to use this kind of like tan, it's almost my skin tone, but I always start with a really light color that I put all over. I feel like this just kind of helps everything else blend together, and it's just a nice light shade as a base over. And I'm just going in circular motions with a really fluffy brush. We're just gonna circle it, circle, 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 and I'm going to go even a little bit on the outside of the eye. Sometimes I'll also kind of do this, but we'll do more of that later. So yes, that's how it starts. Then I'm going to take a slightly darker shade, probably out of this one. This is like a really old palette, do not judge me. But I'm going to take this color here. It's just a slightly darker brown, and this is actually a bronzer, so little hack, sometimes I just use bronzer as eyeshadow. It's a really nice shade of brown to use. But for this one, I'm going to go from the outside, and I'm gonna go kind of just in the crease. There we go. Just in the socket of the eye. Socket. And this one I also will want to take down in the under eye. Just a little bit. Okay, other eye. So what I do is I start at the corner, and I kind of do like these circular motions, and then I really put it in the socket, and I go back and forth and bring it all the way over. And now I think I will switch brushes. I want a smaller brush, but still pretty fluffy. You can see that. Yeah, this one's a little bit dirty. I like to use, this is just like a silicone, I got this at Daiso. It's meant to clean dishes. It's like a silicone sponge or something, but it is great for cleaning your brushes. So this one was dirty. You don't want to muddy your colors up. Now I'm gonna go in with, there is a dark, it's dark brown. It's like really dark brown. Let me see if you can see it. This guy right here, spiraling. So it's a really dark brown. It has a little bit of shimmer, but that's okay. These are really pigmented. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on the outside corner, and I'm just gonna circle. We're gonna circle, 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 and then we're gonna even kind of go up, maybe about 3/4 of the way, and blend it a little bit. And then we're gonna come down. Now, when you come down, you don't wanna go too close to the eye. Keep a little bit of distance. 3/4 of the way. Maybe a little bit more of a kind of winging it out a little bit. We want to make our eyes look big. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of give them shape, and we're gonna line them so that they look nice and big and defined on stage. And I'm actually gonna take this dark color a little bit more in because that's gonna make my eyes look deep set and defined. Go. Okay, so now for the other side. So we start with circles. Circle, 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 circle. Circle in maybe about halfway, about there, and then a little bit down. And you really only go about 3/4 or 1/3 of the way. You don't go past the middle part with the under. I used to call it like anime eyes, where it like goes in like that. If you have any idea what I'm talking about, it's kind of just like anime eye makeup, which is what we're doing. And then we're gonna do like a little bit of a... Alright, for this next part, I'm just gonna use my finger and I'm going to put like a shimmery shade of some sort. I will probably use this like, it's just like a white gold glitter kind of highlight, and I'm gonna just dab it on the very top, bum, 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 and into the inner corner. Oh, that is blinding. Now this is because I really like glitter and shimmer, but if you don't, you can always just leave it how it was, but I always like to put a little bit of shimmer on the eye. Now I'm actually, you know what, I'm gonna blend this. This is a clean brush. Just double check. I cleaned it yesterday, but this is a clean brush. And I'm just gonna kind of blend around. Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot? I'm gonna take that same color, but just a little bit, and I'm gonna put it on the brow bone here and here. And I'm actually gonna put it more in the inner corner, like a lot in the inner corner. I love a good inner corner highlight. Who doesn't? I actually think I want it a little bit darker. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take like a very small little eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna take a little bit of black eyeshadow, and I'm gonna just kind of go from this corner. I'm just gonna really define the crease of the eye right there. And then we're gonna take it and we're gonna do it on the other side. We're just gonna go right in the crease of the eye. Just doing one little line, that's much better. And then I'll take this fluffy brush that I used for the dark brown just to kind of meld it into the corner. Circle, 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 maybe blend it there and blend it there. That's better. Okay, now for eyeliner. Eyeliner is probably like the most important part of making your eyes really big. So what we're gonna do is, wrong end, this eyeliner was dying. Actually, where's my other one? We're gonna make a wing, and with your eyeshadow, with your eyeliner, don't be afraid to make it really big because you need to have big makeup so that they can see it. So if you're normally just gonna do like a little wing, you're gonna have to do like a bigger wing so that they see it. Bigger is always better when it comes to stage makeup. There we go. Now what I do first is I don't go all the way to the inner corner because I'm gonna put eyelashes on, and you'll see what I do after I do the eyelashes, but there's no point in doing it right now because I'm gonna do it later. So we go just about 2/3 of the way in, and then a nice big wing. And then I'm gonna take a non-felt tip. It's just like a regular old eyeliner. And what you wanna do is you don't wanna go in the waterline of your eye. You actually wanna go underneath. You wanna go underneath and do like a little line, and that line is gonna continue like this. And it looks a little crazy, but from far away, on stage, it's just gonna make your eyes look bigger. So I'm gonna do the other side, same way. I just realized I didn't do my top liner on this side, but that's okay. Little out of order. Let me throw on some eyeliner on that side. Let me try this eyeliner. It's just that it was dying, but I really do like it. It's all right. Okay, go back in. Okay. You can also use the felt tip. Some people create like a strong double wing like that. It almost looks like what is that makeup style? Like Cleopatra, I think. When you do Cleopatra makeup, you do it kind of like this. The other thing about the eyes, what I like to do is if you have nude or beige eyeliner, I have this like jumbo white. You can also use white, but I will use this on the waterline of the eye. And I will also, like when I'm done with my makeup, use like eye drops in my eyes right before I put my mascara on. I'll show that too. But right before I put my mascara on, I'll put eye drops, and then that makes your eyes wider, and then so that it like from far away you just look like you have really big eyes. What you can also do with this is you can take like a little brush, actually that one's not as small as I would like. You take like a brush and I put it on the where I put the highlight, and it makes it a little bit brighter. And this is just gonna open your eyes up and make them look bigger, which is what we're trying to do. And you can also kind of finesse it a little bit. Ta-da! So I managed to do one off camera, and now I'm gonna do this one because usually this one is easier than this one, which this gave me a little bit of trouble, which they always do. I hate eyelashes. But I will say this, eyelashes on stage make all the difference. Like even just right now, like look, they just make your eyes look fantastic. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting the eyelash glue on the eyelash. I try not to put too much because then it like doesn't dry very fast, and then it like doesn't stick to the eye. So just kind of like a thin-ish coat of eyelash glue, and I'm using black eyelash glue, which I like how it sticks, but it can be kind of messy if you mess up, which I have before. So, and then I kind of, you're supposed to like let it get tacky before you put it on the eye. Drink some coffee while I wait for my eyelash. Let me see if, hope I can get this on camera. I'm holding it by like the tips of the actual eyelash. So I kind of go in like this and I lace it, and then I push it down. Oh no, on the sides. Hold it there. This is probably not like how you're supposed to do it, but this is how I do it. Like when it comes to eyelashes, I just feel like you've got to do whatever you have to do to get the eyelash on. And you'll see right now that it doesn't look like this one yet, and that's because I haven't curled it yet. So yeah, once it's dry, I will curl it. So I'm just going to, so I didn't curl my eyelashes before. I curl them after I put the eyelash on, and I get both of the layers and I just curl them together. And it makes a world of difference. I do not know why, but it really does. Now, before I finish this up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in with my eyeliner. And I'm gonna go in to kind of like connect the eyelash to the eye, if that makes any sense. And then just kind of go right on top of it too. And connect that back to the wing. And it just makes it, I don't know, bigger, better. This one is already kind of there. Just gonna do it a little more. Ta-da! Okay. Now, Visine. Like nobody ever looks good putting in Visine. But I like doing the Visine just because I use the white, but if you used nude, then I guess it doesn't really matter. But I like my eyes to be as white as they possibly can be because I have white underneath. So now, from far away, they just look really, like I have really big eyes. And then I will go in with the highlighter again and put some more highlight because I just feel like I wiped it away. Oh, that's much better, the white. So now that I've put the Visine and everything, that's when I do my mascara. And I just kind of fuse the two layers. And you're probably wondering, like, why am I putting mascara if I've got fake eyelashes? But I mean, bigger is better when it comes to stage makeup. So let's make these even bigger. And our eyes are ready for stage. Now, something else you can do, like I said earlier, is if you want to add color to this, you can always add color. Let's say you have a purple look and you want to add some purple tones into your eyeshadow. I'm just going to take like a little brush and I'm going to go underneath. I'm going to take that purple, and you can always just kind of like put purple in the crease of your eye to make it like look kind of purpley, but I'm just going to leave it like that. Or maybe not. Let's leave it. So yeah, you can always add color in if you want, but I'm not going. I'm just gonna leave it like that. So eyes are done. So now we're gonna do our face bronzer blush highlight. I like to do this step at the end. I don't know why, to be honest. So I'm just gonna get a brush and I'm gonna get my bronzer. What I've been using lately is actually an eyeshadow. I like to use my eyeshadows for everything, but I'm gonna take this one here and I find it to be a really good bronzing kind of contour shade. And I'm just gonna take that, and then we're gonna do a really dramatic contour. So if you go like that, you can find the like cheek line. I just take my cheekbone and I go right below it. It's kind of like the indent of your face. and I go like this, and we just kind of, and like I said, darker is better, dramatic. You want to give your face shape. Don't be afraid to put a lot on your face. This is the only time I ever do my makeup really heavy like this, is when I'm going to stage. Another trick is if you have blonde hair, you can take your bronzer and kind of like, you almost go into the hairline with it, because if you're blonde and you're on stage, the light sometimes will also just kind of wash away your hairline and you can kind of look bald. I know that's no hate on all my blonde friends, but like it'll wash out all the detail. So it'll just kind of like blend into your skin. So I watched this video where this dancer, she was blonde, and she says that she gets her bronzer and she like bronzes her hairline and like into the hair. So little trick, but sometimes I'll just do it by my face to give it some shape. But I definitely do my cheekbones, and I also will do the kind of underneath part, and that just gives my face some shadow. So like if I'm doing like an épaulement, it gets, you can see like the line of my neck. Oh, and then sometimes I do a nose contour with the same color, and this is definitely not something I would wear like outside because it's gonna look kind of weird up close, but from far away, it looks great. It looks like you have a nose. So you're just gonna do the two lines on the side, and we're just gonna kind of blend. And this is that same color, so I just use this for everything on my face. A little bit underneath, and essentially I'm just doing like a line on each side and then a little bit of a shadow underneath. So from far away, you just kind of can see that I have a nose. Okay, so that's it for bronzer contour. Then we're gonna do highlight, which is my favorite part. And you don't want to do too much because the light is really gonna like reflect. What should I do for highlight today? You know what? I think we're gonna stick with the same, this guy here. I'm just gonna use that one. And sometimes even what I'll do is, where's mine? Is I'll do like a double highlight. So I'll take like some cream highlighter and I'll put that first, kind of blend it in with my fingers, and then I'll go in with the powder and just put that right on top. This is just gonna make your cheekbones stand out. There we go. Then we have some highlight, and if you really want, be very careful because this nose highlight can get crazy really quickly. I just put literally like on the tip of my nose. Bam. And we're good to go. So last but certainly not least, we're gonna be doing lipstick. In my research of stage makeup, what I've heard is you're not supposed to use bright red lipstick unless you're a choreographer or like a director. That's like a specific thing that they're going for. But if you're just doing like a general stage makeup neutral look like we're doing today, you just want to do a nice kind of toned down, deeper, reddy pink, just something that's gonna accentuate your lips. So like from far away, the farther I go, my lips just start disappearing. What I like to use is like a mixture actually of something like this and this. So this is like more too brown, but this is a little too pink, so I put them together. I also like to use liquid lipsticks that are non like transfer proof, like they don't come off, which I like for performances just because if you're partnering, you know, and your face kind of goes across their costume or something, you don't want your lipstick, especially if it's like a red or something, to get on their costume, or you don't want it to get on your costume when you're changing. You also don't want to worry about reapplying like your lipstick mid-performance. So I like these because I can put them on before the show and they usually last like the whole show. So I'm just I usually do the brown first. I do a thin layer because I'm using two and I don't like to have too much on my lips. And then we go with this one. I feel like I can't do my lipstick right today, but that's the color. So it's not bright, but it's dark, and the further and further I get away, you can see that I have lips and I have eyes and I have cheeks. This is the final look of just like a neutral stage makeup. Some stuff that you can do. Always confirm with your choreographer, director, but like something I like to do because my director at one of my studios doesn't mind is I love glitter. So a little bit extra you can do to have like a little bit of fun is just use like glitter on top of the lid, which I am a huge fan of. I think glitter is fun and it just kind of gives like a sparkle to your eye. And I do feel like when you're dancing, like you're telling a story with your eyes, so you kind of want to draw attention to that area, and people are going to be looking at your face. I know like dancers, we always think like, oh, they're looking at our feet or like they're looking at our legs, but they're probably looking at your face. So a little bit of glitter I think goes a long way. And if your choreographer or director really doesn't care, I will even use it just a little bit on the top of the highlight. And I mean, I even will like do my collarbones. Like I'll do like my collarbones and I will just get like all sorts of crazy with the glitter. But that really you need to like confirm with your choreographer and director, or you know, whoever's in charge of telling you what makeup you're gonna wear, if that's okay, because I do it like if I have a solo or something like that. But if you're like in a group piece, then you guys have to agree usually like, okay, what are we all doing? Because you can't be the only one with glitter on your face and on your body and then nobody else has glitter. So like if you're in a big group piece and you know your choreographer says you guys do whatever you want for your makeup, just make sure you guys are all doing the same thing. You guys are all gonna wear the same color of lipstick, and if you guys are all gonna wear glitter, you guys are all gonna wear glitter. Especially the lipstick thing, because I've definitely been on stage before where like we all have like something like this and then someone has like dark purple lipstick and I'm just like, why are you wearing dark purple lipstick? Okay, oh, something else you can do. So what I was gonna do earlier, but I wanted to finish the look like this, you can add color. Let's say, like I said, you're wearing like a purple dress and your choreographer wants to color. You can just take, this is purple, you can take it and just kind of throw it in the crease right on top, and it kind of just gives a whole little purple tint to your look. And now you have purple eyes. So this could be really handy if you have, let's say you're in maybe two pieces in a show and one of them, like the choreographer wants purple eyeshadow and the other one doesn't. Hopefully the one with purple comes after, but you just throw that on really quick and there you have it. Now you have purple eyeshadow look. Just something you can play with when you're backstage doing your stage makeup. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I totally forgot to put mascara on my bottom lashes. And there you have it. Big eyes, shaded lips, contoured face. Oh, we're not done. What am I talking about? Last, certainly also not least, is blush. So we've done a contour with the brown. We've done our highlight. I do my blush last. So I'm just gonna take this, again, the same palette I've been using. I'm taking this pink color. Really nice blush shade. And then I'm just gonna take it and I'm just gonna kind of like here on the apples of your cheek or whatever. I'm just gonna put that right there. And this just makes you look alive and like you've got a youthful glow, I guess. But that is the final look for sure. There you have it, Stage Makeup 101. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Oh, I lied. One more thing you want to do is you want to do your makeup, but then you also want to make sure like you take off all your jewelry. So like I've got a ring on, you want to take off your earrings. This is another thing you want to ask your choreographer or directors about. Sometimes I know like when I do Nutcracker, they'll have us all wear studs if we all have our ears pierced, or some girls have clip-ons, or maybe there's a specific, like maybe they don't want any jewelry at all. So just make sure you're not wearing any jewelry, nose rings, stuff like that. And then, yeah. So that is it for the stage makeup look. Is that not recording? Oh my god. That's it for the stage makeup look. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys had fun kind of learning something new if you didn't know how to do stage makeup before. If you guys have any questions, I'm always here to help, so feel free to reach out on Instagram, or I think you can private message me on Canvas. So yeah, I hope you guys have lots of fun trying out some stage makeup looks at home. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye, dancers!